Hello, everybody. As the review saga continues, we are on to Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, the movie I saw previous Friday on opening day. Almost got ruined by a bunch of kids yelling they pooped themselves in the background. Very sad day. But other than that, I was so hyped coming into this movie. Honestly, in my opinion, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was the best Spider-Man movie. I know that might be a bit debatable. I liked No Way Home, and that was definitely my second favorite, but other than that, I wasn't major huge fan of the Tobey Maguire movies, and The Amazing Spider-Man was definitely great. I liked the MCU Spider-Man movies. I really didn't dislike any Spider-Man movie other than 3 and Amazing Spider-Man 2. So, I wasn't going into this movie with any doubt that it would be bad, as almost every single Spider-Man movie, in my eyes, has been great. So, what did I think of the movie? I thought it was amazing. I'm sure you've seen this so many times throughout everywhere. Everyone is saying it. This movie is so good. It ties up with the first movie so well and explains unanswered questions and brings up some new unanswered questions. I think Miles is written phenomenally in this movie. I think every character is written phenomenally, other than the characters who didn't necessarily get as much screen time, and that's because they're not supposed to. They're more side characters. Like, Ben Reilly did not get any screen time, despite the fact that he probably should have. But I'm sure all will be resolved in the next movie. And I have confidence that the next movie will probably be even better than this one. This movie was really great. It's a huge wake-up call, as I was watching just previously CW's The Flash. It really shows me how much different Marvel does their projects compared to DC. Marvel may be one connected universe, and DC might be many at this current point. It still doesn't matter to me. This movie managed to connect all the Spider-Man movies. It was a Spider-Man movie that was there to say, hey, you remember this movie? Yeah. Well, we got this. This will make you happy about this movie, and this will make you happy about that. That's the least I could go without getting into full-on spoiler territories. That was more of a hint on something that has happened. Though I'm sure most of you watching this review has already seen the movie, and if not, that hint doesn't necessarily give much away. Or anything at all. It's just nice to know that they have references to said characters. Like in the trailer for this movie, they literally said one of the lines that I'm referencing. Peter Parker and Doctor Strange on Earth 199999. I think that's how many nines there are. But either way, they managed to make me so happy. They had Insomniac Spider-Man, and he had a few lines. They had Spectacular Spider-Man with a few lines. They had so many Spider-Man, and it was so fast. They went by so fast because they're all just references, and it was amazing. I loved the Mario movie because whenever I looked at the screen, I was like, oh my god, that is a reference to that. That is amazing. That is cool that they're referencing that. They have this property, and it's cool that they're referencing this property in other ways. Like Donkey Kong. The Donkey Kong arcade game. Jumpman being voiced by Charles Martinet. Literally. I love these little details that you see on screen pass by in just a second, but if you look fast enough, you go, hey, oh my god, that's that one thing from that one thing. Like, there were so many references to Spider-Man everywhere. And I love the format of the story, and I love how Miguel O'Hara is not a villain, really. He's just a character who has a conflict with the main character. He just... It's really interesting to see that, as I don't think that Miguel is necessarily wrong for doing what he's doing, but I don't necessarily think he's right. I prefer Miles's way, for sure, but I also understand where, per se, Miguel O'Hara is coming from on a story standpoint. It's nice to see that they thought of what they were doing for this story very well. Other things that are there in that I really enjoyed was the soundtrack. They did the soundtrack great, and all of the side characters, again, as I mentioned before, were great. All of the characters were great. I'm just wondering how they're gonna have some returning characters continue, as I'm pretty sure Nick Cage said no to coming back to this movie. Maybe he'll come back for the next movie. Who knows? I really wonder what is going to happen next, and that's what I think was the biggest point for me in the movie. I liked so much how it didn't necessarily, like, punch you in the face with, hey, this is our one thing that we're going to do, and, you know, we're going to do it the entire movie, as they kind of split off into different storylines. They started off the movie with not what I thought they would start off with, and ended off the movie with what I didn't know it would go to, which was crazy to me, because I personally thought the movie was going to end way before it actually did. They got me twice. I thought the movie was going to end twice before it actually ended, and that was insane to me. What I'm probably the most disappointed about is the after credit scenes that were mentioned to be cut out, and how it wasn't a single movie. I think I would have loved to see this as just a single, like, 4 to 6 hour movie. It is an experience, and I want to see it. I am so excited for Beyond the Spider-Verse, and I'm so excited to see the rest of the characters and what happens. Really, go watch the movie yourselves, guys. I know most people are. It's probably going to surpass the Mario movie and how much box office money it makes, which is very good, because this movie is a 10 out of 10. I don't say 10 out of 10s lightly, as I've only really said it to my favorite things, such as favorite anime, Senshin Buddha Yurawa, Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. I know, hot take. And Evil Dead 2 being my favorite movie. I know, hot take. It's just nice to see something animated, very refreshing, with not necessarily the same copy-pasta story or the same copy-pasta animation. It's like, I'm just going to talk about it here. The animation that is shown for Spider-Punk is absolutely insane. And all the animations are really absolutely insane. I just found that Spider-Punk's was so different. I see why it took them so long to make it. But yeah, other than that, that's my entire review of Across the Spider-Verse. 10 out of 10. I very much suggest you should go watch it. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. I'll see you all in the next video, which is hopefully not another review. I know I'm doing lots of reviews. I just had a lot of reviews to do. I have so much footage to edit for Tears of the Kingdom, and I have lots of footage for Pokemon Infinite Fusion, and I now have footage for A Way Out. So yeah, I got lots of footage to post. It's just unfortunate scheduling for that. I wanted to start back up so close to exams, and I have so many ISUs. But yeah, I'll see you all in the next video, guys. Bye.